Hey, dfisher here with another segment of the Audio 300. Hoping to fit into your busy schedule, maybe in between solitaire and as you watch cat videos. I've actually got Milos VP and CIO at St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey, in to speak with me today. We're actually going to cover how CIOs are measured and, quite frankly, how to ensure job security in the ever-changing landscape of technology. So stay tuned, should be a good one. Hey, yeah, so I've got Milos here. He's Vice President and Chief Information Officer at St. Peter's University. We'll let Milos kind of introduce himself.
Hi, yes, I've been at St. Peter's University for nearly 3 years, originally as a Chief Technology Officer, and then as no good deed goes unpunished, more responsibilities were sent my way. I'm a Vice President and CIO responsible for all technology services and support across the university, and about a year and a half ago, I also became responsible for operations and facilities of the university.
Awesome. We appreciate that and appreciate your time, Milos. The topic I kind of wanted to cover today was surrounding, how CIOs are measured in today's kind of technology landscape, you being in higher ed. I'd love to get your feedback on that. I'm really curious, maybe just kind of the glaring top choice for you in terms of what you are possibly measured on there. And obviously I know how engaged you are across a ton of different groups on social media and out there around the country, what you're also hearing from your colleagues and how they're measured by the powers that be, maybe hold the keys to, a CIO's destiny. What is, kind of the one thing, if you can put your finger on just one, where you really need to deliver and deliver well, kind of how you guys are measured?
Right. So there's a slight distinction. First one, what I want to say is when it comes to one thing, here's the one thing that I think all CIOs and all leaders across all functions should be measured on. However, that's not often the case today. And that one thing is delivering business value. Whatever is the main mission, the main purpose of the business that you're in, how do you and your teams, how do you directly contribute to moving that needle forward? That is what CIOs and everybody else should be measured on, not simply keeping the lights on and being in commodity business.
Got it. I would assume, given that answer, that a lot of, not just the CIOs, but all the teams that they oversee are still, inundated with that task of keeping the lights on, right? It's, whether it's a staff augmentation issue or just their company isn't aligning well with the rest of the organization. I think, what I'm hearing and seeing is just, a lot of IT teams are still tasked with that, right? Having to keep the lights on. Is that something that you guys, in your role or what you're hearing out there as well? Is that accurate?
Yes, you're spot on, and that happens for several reasons. One is the strength and leadership qualities of the CIO. Some are better at selling and being more diplomatic than others and explaining and advocating the value that technology services can provide to the entire business and how to move it forward. And others may not be as good. That's number one. Number two, in way too many organizations still, CIOs, which has been changing in those who are at the forefront of innovation and new things, but in way too many of them, CIOs are still a level below where they need to be. Way too frequently, CIOs report to chief financial officers, or in universities they report to provosts. And yes, while the academics is the main function, technology goes beyond that. It is part of everything an organization does, and in a university setting, academic certainly, but it goes beyond that. It goes to finances, enrollment, admissions, recruiting, marketing, advancement, government relations, facilities, safety, you name it. Technology is an integral partner and strategic advisor to every other functional area. And as such, CIO really should not be reporting to a CFO or anybody else except directly to the CEO or, in higher ed case, university president.
Yeah, agreed. And I think I'm glad you went there. I think too the value and really the importance you place on relationships that CIOs have with other C-suite, not just CEOs, but everybody else that they have to interact with is hugely important, right? So, and kind of what their mindsets are in terms of technology. If you've got somebody at the helm who's maybe a little bit legacy thinking and only thinks that IT is there to keep the lights on, obviously you're going to be hitting some roadblocks as a CIO if you're really trying to innovate and like you said, help technology be a business driver.
You're spot on when it comes to in academic research. They're called top management team, right? The C-suite. It's called top management team. The opinion and attitude of top management team members towards technology is crucial in addition to CIO's leadership capabilities. Yeah. To place the team appropriately and then ideally and subsequently help innovate across the business, because if you don't innovate, it's only a matter of time before you start sliding downwards on a spiral where you don't want to be.
Absolutely. Well, Milos, I think we'll end it there. I appreciate your time so much, and I think that was great insight for the community.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Have a great one. Appreciate it.
You too.
Bye-bye.